So you care too much about things or what you're doing, so much to the point where it actually paralyzes you. This I know pretty well. This I can relate to with guitar and music. So back in the day, when I was really working on getting better, I cared so much about everything to the point where I made myself worse than I would have been. For example, recording. When you're recording demos and doing layers of tracks, right? It can be very stressful. And it can be, you can feel pressure from it, which always makes you perform worse. You always perform the best when you're playing guitar and music when you're relaxed, right? But I cared so deeply about everything because I was always sort of told as a kid that you kind of weren't going to be much. One way or the other, that message was sent to me. And so I was overcompensating by being so on top of everything that I couldn't be free enough to create well enough. And in recent years, the best recordings I've ever gotten, I did like zero effort. I literally just put a mic on the amp, stood there and just sang the song in the living room. Didn't worry about sound shields or isolating stuff or all the things you can get into. I just did it freely, and it works so much better. So it's that putting too much pressure on yourself thing that really makes you not perform as well as you could. And what it is, I was so attached to everything. I cared so deeply about the outcomes that I cared so much about the output that I wasn't as focused on the input because I was thinking about that rather than just doing what I'm doing now and doing it to the best of my abilities. And I think this is a trap that we fall into. I've had moments where I just said I don't care anymore. And I just said I give up. When I started my business, don't care. What if it fails? Don't care. Don't care, don't want to know, don't give a crap. Then it worked. But before, I held myself back by just caring too deeply about everything. And much of this probably went back to how much I cared about what people thought of me and things like that, of course. And the attachment that you have towards the outcome, it gives me at least, I don't know if you can relate, a lot of anxiety. And that anxiety will again keep me from performing my absolute best and then not getting the desired outcome. So it's this loop that you're kind of stuck in, that I was stuck in, right? And I really just think, and for this thing, I mean, the least I can care about something personally, the better. The more action I can take and the less I can care about it, the absolute, that's the best for me. On my Airbnbs that I clean these big, huge Airbnbs. Last summer, I said, I don't even care about anything. Because, we get complaints and stuff, and it's just like, and then we didn't get any complaints. As soon as I stopped caring, it was just another moment to kind of show me, like, oh, isn't that kind of weird? Like, probably a coincidence, but also, hey, when you don't care, you can take the action necessary. And then if something doesn't work out, well, I didn't care. So it's okay in the end. So let me know what you think about this in the comments. Let me know if you relate to what I'm saying. I'm always curious to hear from you. Subscribe to the channel if you want. I'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.